With Kirby having just turned 20 years old, Nintendo's decided to commemorate the event with Kirby's Dream Collection for the Wii. And unlike Nintendo's half-hearted effort with Mario's 25th anniversary, Kirby's Dream Collection is actually a product worthy of the event, delivering an experience that's equal parts fun and informative. Of course, the main attraction are the 6 classic Kirby games: Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Adventure, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Land 3, and Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards. And hell, some of those games even contain more games of their own. That's a whole lot of Kirby, and they've all been reproduced here perfectly, playing exactly as you remember. And the games all hold up rather well. Even the simplistic visuals are still full of life and are really a joy to take in. And Kirby 64 might actually look better than you remember, as it's now rendered at twice the resolution of the original, which is a nice bonus. Furthermore, you can play using almost any Wii-compatible controller, such as the Wii Remote, GameCube controller, and the Classic controller, though we had some issues with the button assignments with everything but the Wii Remote. At any rate, it's interesting to play through the games in order and see how the series grew and changed over time. After all, Kirby didn't even have his trademark ability to copy powers in the first game, and those abilities didn't even change his appearance until Kirby Superstar. The Kirby games are also typically known for their gradual difficulty curve and overall ease, but you might find yourself surprised at how challenging the first few Kirby games can be. And of course, I couldn't call this a review without mentioning how Kirby Superstar is basically Kirby perfection, featuring 8 games of its own, including a remake of Kirby's Dream Land but now with copy abilities. The only catch is that because the games are all designed with old school TVs in mind, there's a lot of dead space if you're playing on a widescreen TV, especially if you're playing the Game Boy games. And while the game does allow you to swap out the gaudy border in favor of a black one, it would have been nice to have an option to stretch the game to fill the entire screen. But aside from the minor quibble, I really don't have any other complaints about the game selection on display. Sure, a few spin-off titles such as Kirby's Pinball Land would have been nice, but no matter how you cut it, there's a ton of gaming content here, and it all plays as great as it did on the original systems. Fortunately, Kirby's Dream Collection isn't just a collection of games, as you'll also find an interactive museum detailing Kirby's entire history, complete with videos and 3-dimensional box art for each of his games. Though I do wish the quality of the scans were a little higher, as it's basically impossible to read the text on the back. You'll even find some non-Kirby facts thrown in there too that provide context for the era that each game was released in. It's crazy to think that the original Kirby's Dream Land came out the same year Bill Clinton was elected president, and now I feel old. The museum also comes complete with 3 full episodes of Kirby's cartoon series Right Back At Ya, which provides more than an hour of non-gaming content by itself. Taken as a whole, it's an impressive collection that provides a very thorough look at Kirby's history. What it lacks, however, is any actual insight. Fortunately, at the time of this video, each copy of the game also comes with a celebration book that helps fill the void by providing some behind-the-scenes details. It explains such things as why Kirby was white instead of pink on the US box art of his first game, as well as showing some unused concepts. Did you know Kirby was planning to drive a tank at one point? Even with the book, I still wish there was a little more content on the disc itself. A few video interviews with the developers would have been nice. That aside, there's a lot of information here. But even with all this, Kirby's Dream Collection isn't content with simply reliving the past, as it also includes some new content as well in the form of challenge stages. These stages challenge you to finish levels with a specific power-up as fast and perfect as you can. While the concept was also used in Kirby's Return to Dreamland last year, the levels here are all brand new, and some of them even have a new racing feature. If you found perfecting your runs in the original levels addictive, prepare to be hooked all over again. All in all, with the new challenge stages, the interactive Kirby history, and the course of 6 classic Kirby games, Nintendo really went all out, delivering a package that pays homage to Kirby in both content and presentation. Although if you're not a Kirby fan, there's probably nothing here that'll change your mind. But for everyone else, this is a fantastic collection that's great for both first-timers and those who just want to relive some great games. Taken as a whole, we're giving Kirby's Dream Collection single-player mode 4.5 stars out of 5. But wait, some of the games also feature multiplayer too. Both Kirby Superstar and Kirby's Dream Land 3 feature full co-op modes throughout the entire game. And Superstar even has a couple of minigames built exclusively for 2 people, and both games are just as fun, if not more so, when playing with a partner. The Kirby 64 also has several minigames built for up to 4 people. They're nothing mind-blowing, but they can be deceptively fun distractions. While there may be less multiplayer content than single-player content on the whole, there's still a decent chunk there, and at its best, it's just as good as the single-player offerings, which is why we're also giving it 4.5 stars out of 5. Thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned to GameXplain.com for more on Kirby's Dream Collection and other things gaming.